Should we start?
Yeah. I was going to think of something funny, I couldn't, so I just panicked.
It's like you panicking, you're silent.
Yeah.
Alright, let's
Either a continuous noise or just silence.
Oh my god, I hate them both.
Yeah.
Alright.
Welcome to MIFFS. I'm Matt Huss. And I'm Dan Rhodes. Whether you know about Theseus or you're revising your syllabus,
If you want tales with a bit of jest, or you just want to hear about incest.
what?
What? It's really interesting.
Welcome to MIFFS. Welcome to MIFFS.
Welcome to episode 65. The episode where your dreams come true.
Yeah.
No, stop it! You bad man. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here, my dear friend. Thank you for listening to our little podcast called MIFFS. The best podcast called MIFFS as well.
It's not that little. We have over 10 people that listen to this weekly.
And all of them are me. But it's great to have you here, Daniel.
Thank you. Sun is shining.
And I've had a bit of a weird, I've arrived on National Express bus for you today.
That's so unusual.
Yeah, and Dan, there's been some game changers. They've updated the National Express bus.
Okay, this is news. Go.
Yeah, this is big
Tell
news.
us all.
The stuff which probably happened in our personal lives, which we could talk about. We've got to talk about the important things.
What's
okay?
different now?
Okay, so before, let's imagine we're sat in the National Express bus.
Yeah.
We're uncomfortable.
God, brings me back.
Yeah. So the main thing is that instead you used to have USB slots in the sides,
Yeah.
right, in between the seats, which never worked. But now in the seat in front of you, you have your own USB slots,
Like an aeroplane.
Yeah, and it looks fancy. It's really good. It's got neon lights in it and everything. In fact, I was on the midnight bus and I thought, am I imagining this? What is this? Like, what is this?
That's really good. That's really interesting. Toilets are updated, I assume.
I didn't
Now got
try.
a full shower, wash facilities.
There's a laundromat.
It's like a Japanese bathroom that like sprays water up your ass.
What else is in the new National Express bus? What kind of dream things could you have?
It's like a business class.
Yeah.
Fully reclining
It's
bed.
a bar.
It's a bar.
There's like a smoker's lounge. There's like a poker den, on the back of this little porta cabin in the back.
Yeah.
So it was pretty fancy, Dan. It was pretty good. Although I did have a bit of a weird experience as I arrived this morning. I've had very little sleep in the last couple of days, and I've been working quite hard.
Good for you.
Yeah, I've got a lot on my plate, Dan. I know. I'm pretty cool. I can't really remember this much, but the driver I had... the thing is, the route we had, it came all the way from Northumbria, the top of Northumbria, and it drives all the way through places like Whitby Bay and all these kind of small little towns in Northumberland, and it kind of it goes to Newcastle, then goes all the way down to Darlington, and then to London. It does that route, if you know what I mean. So up and down the country, essentially, and it had a bit of a weird experience because I'd just woken up and the guy was like, "We're now arriving to London Victoria," but the guy thought himself a bit of a joker, if you know what I mean. For firstly, it's like, "Oh, if you left any litter around, please tidy up. I'm a bloody bloke and I'm not very good at that kind of thing." I was like, okay, it's a weird thing to say of them.
He's a what, bloke?
He's a bloody bloke.
Oh, he's a bloody bloke.
And he's on the intercom as well, so it's not just in front of, he's saying to everyone as well. And everyone's, just walking up as well, so everyone's like, what's he talking about, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then it goes, it's 10 degrees outside for those in Concert, it's 10 degrees outside for the people from Concert, which is a place in up north. He goes, it's 10, for those in Concert, it's 10 degrees. For the rest of us, it's bloody freezing. There's going to be polar bears out there. And he wasn't doing those noises, but he might as well. It's like doing dad jokes, but over an intercom, and no one wanted this. You know what I mean? And it goes, "Oh, remember, since we're down south, shoplifting. Remember, if you do it down here, they chase you. Not like up north, except at Primark. But do you want to rob anything at Primark?" I was like, "Mate, where the fuck are you doing your 5-minute routine? I don't need it. I've just woken up. This is so much to take on board right now."
It's actually like a comedy set.
Yeah, it was. the thing is, he's said this before. I can tell when you've said a joke before, and because when comedians speak to you, they often don't try out routines. They do say jokes that they have in their head, and if you laugh, it's a good indicator that it'll be good material. But so he said this before. I know he said it before, and we're not the first busload he said it to. So he does that line about this is shoplifting. But then, Dan, what do you think is going to happen next? What do you think happens next?
Did he say something really racist?
No, he's only had a bit of sexism, but no. Yeah. What he does the unthinkable. He does the Edinburgh Fringe hour. He does a tone shift. He goes, but just on a serious note, why don't you make a stranger's day today by doing a random act of kindness? It costs you nothing, and it might make their day. I've just been on that Express bus for 6 hours. I don't need this. I've just woken up. I've got a lot to do today, and it's like, what? Why have you said this to me?
That's quite funny.
Yeah.
Banter. But in all seriousness, thank you for travelling with National Express.
Why are you saying this? But then finally we arrived, and you know when you come in on the National Express, they have jet washers that wash down the buses, right? And someone remarks, "Oh, is that like a jet wash? Are they cleaning off the buses?" And the bus driver goes, "No, I'm not washing down the buses. They're for the people in concert." Concert. He fucking hates concert.
Where is concert?
Concert is in Northumbria, I believe. And so he interesting man. I should have left a review of him.
You should have actually. What was his name? Dave.
I don't know. But I do remember waking up halfway through the thing and someone puked in the toilet, and he was actually quite raggy then. If you know, he was quite angry. So that was charming. He wasn't telling jokes then, was he?
No.
Oh, I hope I get him. I'm heading back tonight, and if I get him, I'm gonna give him a hug.
Yeah, but like, none of your jokes, please. That means at 11 o'clock at night when you pull into
services, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, don't steal from Primark." I wasn't. Dan, what's your week been like?
Very busy. Been rehearsing for the play I'm in.
How's it going?
In May. Pretty good.
Are you happy with it?
I think so. I only just started recently being off book. I guess actually no. Well, I say that I have been off book for a while, but certain scenes are harder than others, right? So
I imagine because we're recording a little bit in advance because Dan and I have busy schedules at the moment. But like Dan, this podcast is probably coming out in May, so why don't you give it a quick plug?
Oh, this one may do actually. Yeah. If you come to the new Wimbledon Theatre between the 14th and the 18th of May, you will find
a shit performance.
A show called She Stoops to Conquer, which I'm in.
She Stoops to Conquer. Give it a little bit of taste, Dan.
It's about it's actually several plot twists, but I suppose the main one is a family called the Hardcastles have a daughter, Kate. They're trying to set her up with a very fine young gentleman from a family friend's son, and they are like, "Hey, we'll invite him for dinner. He can stay for the day, and we'll get to know him, and hopefully, in doing so, we'll introduce."
Then Inspector comes, and then he tells Inspector calls,
and then my character, who is her brother, finds this gentleman and his friend and plays a practical joke on them and persuades them that they don't need to. They're lost, and actually they need to go to this inn and stay the night there. But the place that he directs them to as an inn is actually the place that they're meant to be at dinner.
That sounds fucking shit.
And hilarity ensues.
It's quite archaic language, isn't it?
It is. It's like a farce.
Okay, so
because he thinks he's in it. He's like really, and he's got like two different types of his personality. He's got the polite, "Oh, I'm with people," and then he's got the, "Oi, servant, get me this." Yeah. But obviously, he does all that thinking that he doesn't realise that the servants he's doing that to, it's not an inn. It's actually the place he's been invited.
Yeah.
And he's meant to be like impressing them.
Yeah. That's very funny. Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah. So can you try us a couple of lines, and I'll just kind of pretend to know what's going. I'll pretend to do the same.
It's not archaic, especially not my language.
Okay, let's
my
try.
Character.
Let's try it, and I'll put some archaic into them. Well, but let's do a scene. Which I have no idea.
Let me think.
This is good advertising.
Ecard, mother, you have reason to weep, for you have been dozing me ever since I was born.
Hold on. It's in Somerset.
Yeah, it's West Country.
Oh, wow, okay, what a game changer. Okay, I'll have to get into character then.
Yeah.
I'll do my Birmingham Theseus accent.
I have read every receipt of The Complete Housewife 10 times over, and you have thoughts of coursing me through Quincy next spring, and it won't do, I tell you. It won't do. I will not be made a fool of no longer.
Ooh, Samwise Ganji. The wandering through them all. I'm from Wales now. I don't think acting's my forte. I've got an acting job though.
Yeah, you have.
I don't want to talk about it actually. But I haven't got an acting job, which means, and it's paid, which means that I'm actually a
Professional actor.
professional actor. Well, I don't care about that, but I am better than Dan technically. So technically better than Dan. Have you ever been paid for acting work?
No, I don't think I really have.
That's why I'm Johnny Big Bucks, Dan. Johnny Big Bucks. That's not what kids call me, but also since I am Johnny Big Bucks, I also wanted to make you jealous, Dan.
Okay, go on.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Last week, Dan, whilst you were away
Yeah.
in Richmond, near where I live,
Yeah.
I had lunch with Laura Lex,
Nice.
and we talked about doing, moving on the podcast about. Actually, called it the dead weight.
And she definitely used that term.
Yeah, I did not force that on her whatsoever.
That is
She said that.
Typical Laura Lex.
Yeah.
A person, she wouldn't even know she's met me before, but I know we've met. I met her on stage. She introduced me.
Yeah, because she introduced you as a part of a stand-up showcase. Yeah. Oh well, but yeah, she's trying to. I said, no way, I'm not going to ditch my good friend Dan. But she's like, what if I give you a lot of money? I was like, deal.
Here's £10. Deal.
I'm so cheap. I'll pay for your lunch. She's like, I'll pay for it. Just yeah.
I think you might, and take this. Please do take this the wrong way because it's meant that way. I think you would probably be someone who, of all of my friends, you would probably be the most easily brought.
Okay. In what circumstance?
I just think in any circumstance, you would be the person that would accept the lowest haggle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think.
I think
the ironic thing is, I bought that straight away from you. And you're like, probably the lowest haggle. Yeah, I probably would actually. Yeah.
You'd be like, Matt, lick the pavement. Other friends, £1, no. £5, no. £10, no. £20, no. £100. Maybe then I'll lick the floor. Maybe 20 quid. Some of them. Matt, lick the floor. Why are you licking the floor? I haven't even given you the price.
I genuinely thought 10 quid. Yeah. I'll do it right now. I'll lick the pavement outside with a tenner if you have it right now. I'll do it. And I'm very broke at the moment, so if this is the way.
Talking about money, did you ever find that money I left you in your car?
What? Did you leave money?
Yeah, I did.
Oh I think I might have actually.
I always wondered if you picked me up and whether it was me or not, but
No,
it was a long time ago.
Right, let me guess, because
Okay, go on.
I'm not sure if it's the same thing, because I did find some money randomly in my car, but I thought I put it there, but I'm not sure, I didn't remember if I put it there. Was it £5 inside a Guns N' Roses CD? Because why did you leave £5 there?
I think...
Oh, was it a bet?
No, I think it was a bet that I owed you money for.
Was it the
it was the Atlanta thing.
Was it that far back?
Yeah, that far back, because it was that day in the car. You were going to a service station after buying fuel, and I was like, oh, because at the time, you hadn't paid up with your debts for the Weetabix. So I got on my high horse and was like, well, I'll pay my debts. And I slipped £5 into this disc that we'd been listening to, which was Guns N' Roses.
Appetite for Destruction, one of the greatest albums ever.
In the hope that you would open it and see it, and never mention it, so I just assumed... I thought that was a nice surprise.
Because I actually opened it, because I didn't realise it was until now, and because I opened it up, because I thought, oh, maybe I misplaced it, or maybe the money fell out in my pocket, because I thought I would have listened to it before then, but yeah, I was like, oh, get in, yeah, oh, that's a good day when you find money, you don't realise
you find money, yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, since you didn't give it to me on time, you've accrued an interest there, so you actually owe me £150, but I'll wipe up all that debt, if you let me lick a playpen.
Yeah.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, should we crack on with our myth? Should we? It's not.
No,
we're talking
about it now until someone emails in.
Yeah, yeah. But if you want to email us in, just so you can continue with the podcast, do it so miffspodcast@gmail.com. Fuck power to the people. Let's go. Alrighty, welcome to the a brand new myth, which isn't the Odyssey.
It's the Chronicles.
Not just any Chronicles, it's Chronicles Volume 2. What are Chronicles, Dan?
Chronicles are myths that are too small to be on their own standout episodes, but decent enough to still continue to do.
Yeah.
So we can put a few of them, maybe 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe even 10. I don't know.
It's like the tapas of the mythological
Yeah,
world.
just a few little greatest hits.
Well, kind of like, it's like kind of like hidden gems, deep cuts, but like, which make up a full story, if you know it.
Our Chronicles today are Roman, Matt, are they not?
Well, the most, they have a Roman theme, if you know what I mean, but like...
In that they're all set in Rome. And are myths by the Romans.
So to save time, is what you said initially. Yeah, so I feel that a lot of them have a Roman twinge to it, but they are like just generic things as well.
Yeah.
They do come from all aspects, and there are some from real life as well, some genuine history. But some from different factors as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag, this one, and I'm looking quite forward to it as well. So we've got what kind of things are you expecting, Dan?
I'm expecting death. I'm expecting sex. I'm expecting gods. I'm expecting a mythical creature.
Should we do a checklist?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's what we do at the end. It's called ranking.
No, should we do like an Easter egg hunt? Like, because we don't really know what's going to happen, but we can.
No.
Oh.
I want mythical creatures and I want gods. That's all I want.
You went from being quite excited to a bratty child and wanting God. No. Were you ever a bratty child?
No. Mum will email in probably and explain otherwise, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, what's the most bratty thing you've ever done? Have you ever been ungrateful as a kid?
Maybe. I used to get really angry with technology. I used to throw hissy fits at the computer that used to annoy my mum.
You did that with this computer.
Yeah, I know. It's my one weakness, technology.
You're right. Do you ever get that thing when you kind of think of yourself as a child and you kind of I hate... Because I remember, for example, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. I wasn't a bratty kid, but there was moments where I had bratty, there's a bratty-ish. For example, I remember one time, my mum, I used to collect chocolate frogs, like the Harry Potter chocolate frogs, so you can eat them and collect cards. My mum, I was collecting the Harry Potter cards to trade to my friend called Daniel, but I invited Daniel over to my house quite a lot, but I didn't actually like him. I just wanted to trade Harry Potter cards with him. And we're actually quite good friends now, so that's the kind of friendship. By the way, Daniel, not you. But if you do have Harry Potter cards, But my mum bought me 3 chocolate frogs for the character cards, and I was like, I didn't even say thanks. I was like, oh, it's about time, Mum. And she's like, you are so ungrateful. I was like, oh, I feel bad. Yeah, I've got that thing imprinted in my brain. Yeah. Another thing though, I have it. We do often go to Hartlepool to see my mum's friend Auntie Janet, and at the end, as we go away, Auntie Janet would give me and my brother a chocolate bar or something like that. And I used to be quite picky with chocolate bars as well. I used to love quite a lot, but I used to really dislike crunchies. And she would come over and she would give me a crunchie, and I would be like, no, I don't want it. Can I have another one, please? I was like, that's horrible, isn't it? They ask it, that's rude, isn't it?
Yeah.
But my mum would be mortified, but I was like, no, I want a fucking dairy milk.
No, this crunchy shit.
Yeah. But now, if it was a vegan version of crunchy, I would eat that shit up. You know what I mean? This is just therapy now. But I remember staying over at Auntie Janet's house once, and
she touched you.
No, she didn't touch me. But I think I panicked once because I think for whatever reason. This is deeply unhealthy. I think she asked, "Oh, so Matt, we woke up at her house. She's like, oh, so Matt, what would you like for breakfast?" And I thought I tried to be cool in front of Auntie Jenna. I wanted to impress her. And I thought, okay, what do adults eat? What do adults eat for breakfast? So I kind of got myself into a bit of a tiz here. So what am I going to have for breakfast? And what I did was do you have a tin of spaghetti? She was like, you want a tin of spaghetti for breakfast? I was like, yeah, it's a sophisticated thing to do. And she was like, okay. So she heated it up. So for breakfast, I had spaghetti, and it was a sad spaghetti. Like, you know, it's like spaghetti for breakfast. Like
Heinz tin spaghetti.
Yeah. Like, it's a weird thing, isn't it? Just like pasta for breakfast. It's like, I just remembered that now as well. I was like, because that's really embarrassing. Like, how much? That's a carby way to start your day, isn't it? Yeah. Lovely though. We should maybe that's my Weetabix. You know what I mean?
Your spaghetti challenge.
Yeah, spaghetti challenge. On episode 100, I think I should do the Weetabix challenge.
Yes, I think you should too.
It would also be very unlistenable, but we should do the Weetabix challenge at Peterborough Services. Really go all in on our brand.
In an Aegean boat.
Yeah.
Really bring it full circle.
Yeah. Really not leave anywhere apart from the first episode, really. But
to be honest, you should probably do. Well, was it episode 8 Weetabix challenge?
Yeah.
You should probably do the Weetabix challenge in episode 8 of the Norse mythology section.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I mean, I really don't want to, but I feel like if we or maybe episode 108. How about that?
You just anything to push away from the.
Well, hopefully we'll cancel by that time.
We put this out. No one's here to cancel us.
Well, you know,
should we do some myths, man?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. Sorry, it was just.
Let's put another jingle in, and we'll do the myth.
Wait, let's get it all out of our system first. What else? Have you ever had spaghetti for breakfast?
No.
Is it weird?
Yeah.
That's quite weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, jingle.
Okay, this time we're doing the myth.
So there's one side. We've had some weird episodes. We've been so giddy since the Odyssey has ended.
Yeah.
But I like Chronicles because you get a lot
Short,
of
sharp, snappy.
Okay, so let's start off with a little fable.
Little fable.
Little
Juniper and a bee.
Jupiter and the bee, mate. Oh.
Jupiter is the Roman equivalent of Zeus.
Zeus. Alright here. So, a bee from Mount Hymettus, the queen of the hive, ascended to Olympus to present Jupiter some fresh honey from her combs. Is that correct? Combs.
Why did you read that so weird?
Combs?
Sweet honey from her combs.
I just think about spaghetti still. Alright, let's
do it again.
Do you want to do this one?
A bee from Mount Hymen. A bee from Mount Hymettus.
What's Hymen?
The plastic thing in a woman. A bee from Hymettus, the queen from the hive, ascended to Olympus to present Jupiter with some honey fresh from her combs. Honeycombs. Jupiter, delighted with the offering of honey, promised to give whatever she could ask. Whatever she should ask. A bee from Hymettus.
Right, let's leave this one. Let's start again, okay. Should we both say it? This is honestly a stressful episode now. I need some spaghetti to calm myself down. How do we talk about bright children? Anyway, that's not important. A bee from Mount Hymettus, the queen of the hive, ascended to Olympus to present some fresh honey from her combs.
Oh, it's such a funny word.
She gave me some fresh honey. That is it, okay? That is all you have to know.
A bee has given Jupiter some fucking honey.
And Jupiter says, I'll do anything you want, okay?
He's like, thanks for the honey.
I'll do whatever you want. She therefore besought him, saying, give me, I pray thee, a sting, that if any mortal shall approach to take my honey, I may kill him. Jupiter was much displeased, for he loved the race of man, but could not refuse a request because of his promise. He thus answered the bee, you shall have your request, but it will be at your own peril of your life. For if you use your sting, it shall remain in the wound and make you, it shall remain in the... I can't read today. It shall remain in the wound you make, and then you will die from the loss of it. Evil wishes, like chickens... That's in the script. Evil wishes, like chickens, come home to roost. The story ends with the lesson of being happy with what you have. Wishing good for oneself at the cost of others always leads to a downfall. Even today, if a bee uses its sting, it will cause their own death. Well, for a 2-second myth, that took us 8 minutes. That should be it for this. That should be it.
Anyway, guys, let's rank it.
Wow, that's intense.
Just a bee that gave Zeus honey and came back with less than she went for. Why did she even waste her time giving him honey?
Yeah.
She's come back with like this horrible power that she gives.
And like, also, how would a bee take it honey up? If you know what I mean?
Yeah, and also like it must have been a massive bee. Like a Chinook helicopter.
And also, why would a bee want to go on a manhunt anyway? You know what I mean? It's a bit weird. If you reckon, do you reckon bees? Who are they trying to assassinate if you're a bee? You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think it's more that someone's trying to steal her honey.
oh yeah,
That's why she said I want a sting so that someone steals my honey.
that's why I'm vegan.
Well,
All right, so next we're going to go to some folklore, some kind of legends and myths.
Cloella.
So not like a myth, but like some kind of base in history. Like, so there's some truth to this.
Cloella?
Cloella de Vil.
Belonging to the early history of Rome, Cloella is considered as the bravest woman.
Followed by Jermaine Greer.
After the war between Clusium and Rome came to an end because of peace treaty of 508 BC, Lars Porsena took away Roman hostages with them. Fair enough.
Don't you think Lars Porsena sounds a bit like Odell Titsworth?
It does, yeah. One of them was young Cloella, who fled the hostage camps, leading to Rome's virgins grew. What the fuck? I can't read today.
So I think it's one of Cloella fled the hostage camp, which was being led to a Roman virgins camp. So she's
so she's escaped on the route to being imprisoned in a Roman virgin camp.
Yeah.
They have to check every single hymen.
Well, it's too much plastic.
Yeah. She ran away on a horse, so the horse ran away, and swam across the river Tiber. Lars Porsena then kept a condition of her return. As she was back, Porsena was so impressed by her courage that he granted her a wish to take half of the hostages. She chose the young Roman men so that the war could be continued. Her wit and bravery provided Romans with great help. In her honour, an equestrian statue was built, which is located in the Via Sacra.
That was a weird one, isn't it?
So what's actually brave about her? She fled and then came back.
It's not that brave. If she's the bravest one,
The other woman must have been horrendous.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just the bravest because at the time no woman had ever escaped.
Well, it's very. It seems, if anything, it sounds a little patronising. If you know what I mean, being like, "Oh, what a brave woman! She came back to the battlefield." It's like, come on.
So basically, she was being led to a virgin's camp as basically, I guess, a prison.
Yeah.
And she escaped, came back, and he was like, "Cool, I'm pretty impressed that you managed to escape me. What do you wish for?"
Take my hostages.
She's like, "Yeah, I want all your hostages."
All the male hostages.
All the male hostages.
So that's so far 2 very weird, disparate myths, and now we actually have again. I think that's based early history, but this is also historical, and this is the story of Lucretia, which isn't. So we wanted to talk about Lucretia, but we weren't sure to talk about like a real source on that. But why not? So Lucretia was a legendary heroine of Rome. She was an ancient woman, not at the time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, she was Roman, and therefore
she was the most ancient woman and the most bravest too. She was a woman whose suicide changed the Roman government from a monarchy to a republic. Her rape by an Etruscan king's son was an immediate rebellion against Roman monarchy. This incident kindled a storm of dissatisfaction with the tyrannical rule of the last Roman king, Lucius Tarquinius Superbus. Superbus.
That's a cool name, isn't it?
Superbus!
His name's Superbus.
That sounds like a 60s
Lucius
psychedelic...
Tarquinius Superbus.
I think that's a strong name.
That's a strong name.
Lucius Tarquinius Superbus. Sounds like a DJ. The consequence was that all the prominent and influential families formed a republic against Latin and Etruscan intervention. As a result, Lucretia's rape became the top-tier theme of European literature and art. Well, that was dark and sad. The first consul of Roman Republic was Lucretia's husband. Historians did not take her story as a myth, but as a related incident that left an imprint on the old pages forever. Not like quite weird chronicles were picked this week, because whenever the first one, it's like kind of like banging one. Like, whoa, yeah! This is like sadness and a bee.
This is about a woman. So you had a bee go up to Mount Olympus and then come back with a sting that can't really do anything.
Also, imagine when that bee told the rest of bee kind, "So what deal did you get? What did you get for honey?" We die if we use our sting.
Oh man, we've had a woman who fled and then fled of slavery, came back, and then was just given loads of men.
Yeah,
and that's brave. And then
Lucretia was,
Lucretia was raped horrendously, and then through doing that, Rome became a republic.
But it's quite in terms of politically, that's quite. Like, to see how the rebellion started, if you know what I mean.
That's
like,
true,
it's,
yeah.
And, yeah, it's, let's not dive into that too deeply. Next up is something you'll probably be very familiar with, but we just wanted to kind of gloss over it. So next up we just cut one out, so, yep.
So I'll do this one then.
To be honest, we should have had a bit of a heavier editing process beforehand, but, gotta get a National Express for us soon. So, anyway. Dan, let's do the next one. What is it?
Janus, the Roman god of beginning, had two faces, one reflecting the past, while the other the future. Oh, I've heard of this guy.
Yeah, Janus. I once wrote a blog about Janus.
Did you know that even the month of January owes its name to Janus? Because it's seeing the year that's gone and looking forward to the year ahead.
That's listed in the next line.
Moreover, it is he who is responsible for the motions and changes that occur in time. He played an essential role in the ancient Roman myth. It was when Romulus kidnapped a Sabine woman that Janus came into the picture as the saviour.
So who's Romulus?
Romulus is Romulus and Remus. They were twins raised by a she-wolf. They murdered they had a fight. Romulus killed Remus, set up Rome.
Yes. And Romulus famously raped and captured loads of Sabine women, but Janus apparently...
Yeah, he turned up and saved them. He saved the woman by flooding the way to her with a volcanic hot spring, which buried all the kidnappers under the ash and boiling water.
That's pretty cool. He's a nice guy. He doesn't do much. Also, firstly, quite a funny name, Janus.
Yeah, anus,
with
a J.
Janus.
Janus.
Janus. Also, if Romulus captured quite a lot of these women, why did he help the rest of them? You know what I mean?
Well, because he captured one.
But he captured loads, though, in his time.
Oh, why has he just saved one woman? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's loads of Sabine women being tortured.
And he hasn't done anything else for the rest of the time. Janus has done very little. He is resting on his laurels, you know what I mean? He's very much like... Do you reckon he's quite a bitchy god? He's like a two-faced god. It's like... Oh, you should have heard what Cassandra said behind your back.
But if he can only see the past and the future, what about the present?
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe he's so focused on the past and the future, he doesn't live in the present. That's why he doesn't do that much.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm fucking smart, aren't I?
You are.
I'm gonna have some spaghetti. What next? That's it. Wow, what a strong one to finish on. Are you sure we can't do the River Styx one? Because we had cut it out, but it's so pointless. Should we find one randomly? I think we've got to find another one just to top it off. It's a light episode. Most of this episode has been me talking about spaghetti.
But in all seriousness, that is absolutely dog shite.
Yeah. Dan, whilst I Google the internet very quickly, why don't you riff? Why don't you just chat? Chat, chew the fat. Should we just pick a god and just vibe it? Just Endymion.
Endymion.
Yeah, okay. Yes, this is a short one. Endymion.
Endymion.
Yeah.
Woo!
If he talks about the River Styx, we're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just pretend like we didn't cut anything, and now, we planned this one.
Yeah.
We didn't have to quickly Google a new myth because we realised we didn't have enough.
I mean, I have just left all that in. So, do you want to take this away? Oh, it's my
Go.
The short mythical story of Endymion.
Endymion?
Is he a bee?
Endyminium.
The short story of Endymion is one of the most famous legends that feature in the mythological of ancient civilizations. Oh, it's down here. Oh, it's quite long, actually. We're just reading the introduction. This is just silly. I was reading it and I was like, oh, this is short. It's just...
Matt googled a myth. Oh, Matt googled a myth and I was thinking it was really short. It's because he hadn't scrolled down. It's like 10 pages.
It said it was a short myth.
Quickly Google it. Oh, this one will do. We'll have this one in. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait a minute. There's 10 more pages.
Okay.
Let's save that for another.
We can do a short. Yeah, we can do this one quickly. Yeah. It just keeps on talking about how short it is. Oh, it's annoying. We can just talk about that quickly, right?
Yeah.
Okay, quick. We haven't got much time. So, this is Endymion, for sure this time.
Not this time.
This
is definitely one that we researched.
Yeah. When the plains below were parched and brown and dusty with the heat of summer on the Mount Latmus, all was so still and cool, so fresh and green, that one seemed to be in another world. It sounds like jazz poetry in the moment. The mountain was most beautiful of all the night, and when the moon drove her chariot overhead, and flooded every tree and all the grassy slopes with her pale light, it's nothing so far. Endymion, the young shepherd who led his flocks high upon the sides of this mountain, and let them browse in the rich pasturage along the margins of its snow-fed streams. So much description at the moment.
I haven't learned anything.
Yeah, just Endymion to farmer.
He loved the mountain air.
The pure mountain air.
Ooh.
And the stillness of the highest slopes. It's like a Marks and Spencer's advert, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which was broken only by the tinkle of his sheep or a song of birds. There he dreamed his days away, where his sheep and goats were feeding, or at night he leaned the head of a log of a mossy stone and slept with the flock. Wait, he slept with the flock? He's a goat fucker, yeah. I was wondering where it's going to get weird. However, Selene, the moon goddess, loved to visit Mount Latmus. In fact, the mountain belonged, in some sense, to her. It was her influence that made everything there so quiet and beautiful. One night, when she had stolen from her place in the sky for a walk through the fiery meadows of Mount Latmus, she found Endymion asleep there. The shepherd looked as beautiful as any flower on the mountain, or as the swans which were floating in the lakes nearby, with their heads tucked under their wings. Which is that's not a swan. That's a sad bird. If it had not been for his regular breathing, Selene would have believed that she stood up looking at a marble statue. There, at a little distance, lay his sheep, covered with cum, and goats unguarded, and liable to be attacked by wild beasts. Oh, Endymion was a very careless shepherd. That was the effect of the air of Mount Latmus. So Mount Latmus is like a narcolepsy. It's like yeah. Selene knew that it was a wonderful air in her mountain which made the shepherd heedless as well as beautiful, and therefore she stayed by his flock all night and watched it herself. She came the next night and the next, and for many nights, to gaze at the sleeper and to watch the unguarded flock. One morning she returned to the sky and looked so pale from her watching that Jupiter asked her where she had been and if she had seen any bees by any chance. And she described this beautiful shepherd she had found on her mountain and confessed that she had been guarding his sheep. She then begged of Jupiter that since Endymion was so very, very beautiful, that he might always look as he had seen him in his sleep, instead of growing old as any other mortals must. Jupiter answered, "Even the gods cannot give to mortals everlasting youth and beauty without giving them also everlasting sleep. But Endymion should sleep forever, and forever young." So they just kill him! So there in the cave of Mount Latmus, Endymion sleeps to this very day, and his wonderful beauty has not faded to the smallest degree, and the joy is still available to all those who can climb the lofty heights. Wow, that got weird.
That was a long description for a story about a guy that falls asleep, and then a creepy god is like, "Oh, I find you really attractive. I don't want you to ever wake up." and then they just kill him in his sleep.
Yeah, it's just more make him sleep forever.
Oh, that's creepy.
Well, that was weird. Should have stuck with River Styx. This is time to rank it.
Myths.
So, Dan, what do you think of Chronicles Volume 2?
Fun. Didn't really learn much, did we?
No. In fact, I would say not the strongest Chronicles we've done.
I would also agree.
So, life skills. What kind of life skills have we learned this week?
We
This is across all the stories.
all of them.
Do your research first.
We've learned that how bees got their sting.
Yep, we learned if you want to murder someone, you gotta give someone some honey first.
Yeah, we learned that the easiest way to kill someone is in their sleep.
We learned how to be creepy. We learned that from injustices that a rebellion can be built. Yeah. We learn how to rebel. We learn how to create a revolution.
Oh, I'm mad. I'm going to word it perfectly so that I can't be liable.
Someone's got an hour Fringe show. We also learned the River Styx. We also learned how to tend sheep and also how to sleep. What was the second one we did? Oh, we also learned how to be brave.
Yeah, we did.
How to get hostages. How to return to battle.
Yep.
How to be an ancient woman.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's about it, yeah. What would you...
I'm going to say 5.
Oh, yeah.
You sound like a B.
Yeah.
Morals. Don't kill someone in the sleep. And also, it's very selfish to make someone who you think is beautiful, to watch over them whilst you sleep, but then make them sleep forever for your own selfishness. Also, it's also quite selfish to sleep on the job halfway up the mountain, if you know what I mean, without looking at your sheep.
Also, it's weird that woman was rewarded by being given hostages.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Let's put that into WTF as well. Also, the moral of the story of the bee is that you don't always look after stuff that isn't yours.
Yeah, that had a big moral, actually, yeah. Always don't fall asleep on the job if you're fucking looking after sheep.
Yeah. Run away from virgin camps. And also, don't steal women from camps, and if you do, stop it with volcanic lava. Yeah, boiling water. Janus, yeah. Don't be two-faced. About a 5?
It's a 5, isn't it? Let's just accept that. Creativity.
That River Styx one was belting. So, yeah, I guess across the board it's kind
We've got a bee flying up to give honey.
Yeah.
We've got some political change. We've got the imagery of a woman running away from a camp and returning.
These 5 stories have kind of got a wide range, but they are very disparate.
The lava breaking up.
They are very short starts, so they don't get time to start rolling, if you know what I mean. The creativity of that Endymion didn't really go anywhere, really, you know what I mean? It's just, there's a guy who slept forever.
I think it was to imply that the mountain was so peaceful that it was difficult not to sleep.
Yeah, but even so, it's still weird. You know what I mean? That's it's nice, but then again, it's very descriptive, overly descriptive. If anything.
Very descriptive.
I think 5, honestly. Nothing.
Yeah, it is.
It's down the middle.
Very down the middle. WTF?
Okay, bee that kills.
Bee that kills.
Bee that can transport honey up the mountain. The fact that Jupiter is puts someone to sleep forever and rewards Selene for being creepy. Romulus raping and saving women, political revolution happening over Lucretia, being brave for no particular reason, and taking male hostages to continue a war. Yeah. It's quite weird. Nothing too bloody.
No.
Nothing crazy.
Is that another 5?
Bit creepy. Yeah, 5. Yeah, I think this is a very across the board myth. I think the most WTF thing about this episode. How about? The most WTF thing about this episode is spaghetti incident.
Is you eating spaghetti for breakfast,
which is a 10. But this is a 5. So across the board, it's 20. It's the most middle down the road myth we've ever done. In more ways than one. Yeah. So that's the end of this podcast. I hope you've enjoyed Chronicles. Well, I don't think we've enjoyed it, but it's interesting.
We apologise that one of the myths was cut. And then another one Googled immediately during this episode.
But,
well, the edit process will be slick. You won't even know that happened.
I probably have left it. Yeah. Well, you can always edit it, but, nah. So Dan, if you want to give us 5 stars on iTunes, you can do that. What else are you going to do to show your support?
I would email us at misspodcast. No, I wouldn't. I would email us at misspodcast@gmail.com.
Or tweet us at
Misspodcast.
or find the Facebook group at
Misspodcast.
well, it's Misfits.
Misfits.
But yeah, whatever. You can also give us a monthly donation at our Patreon page in the episode description, or give us a one-off donation at ko-fi.com. And alternatively, just have a nice day. So Dan,
if this is the first myth you've ever listened to, I apologise.
it's interesting.
But no, just the myths weren't.
Yeah, they weren't.
Yeah, a bit meh.
Chronicles 1 was pretty good.
Yeah, Chronicles 1 had a lot of these kind of short myths, but they were all bangers.
We were against time today. You know, we were trying. But you know what? Chronicles 3 is going to be belting. I can feel it. But Dan, so should we end this podcast by just unwinding, just chilling out, have some spaghetti?
Let's go have some tin spaghetti on your National Express bus.
Yes, let's go. Catch you guys later on.
Bye.
Myths, 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 myths.
But I just dropped my water bottle.